there. This is To the Inner Wild. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to work with Tarot of Eternal Stars. I keep getting people watching me. I don't even know what to say. This is not really the way I thought things were gonna go. I thought it would stop at this point, but it's not. So I guess this is a learning experience. Today is September 29th, I believe. September 29th. It's a Sunday evening. Alright. First I invite angels, spirit, guardians of myself and those that are watching. Higher selves of myself and those that are watching. What do we want to get from here? Swords. Two of Swords. Something about being blocked. I see Temperance. She is in a limbo. Yeah, she's being blocked by divine forces. But why? Needing to regain balance. She needs work on setting boundaries. It's like a gentle way of setting boundaries to balance out internally. That's what I'm getting. Okay, that kind of derailed me a little bit. People are watching. What is this? I don't understand though. It's like, it's self-study. It's blockage for a very good reason. Can you tell me, relative to what I'm experiencing now, what that means, Spirit? I'm assuming this means something for you too. Okay. This is the Star card. This is also Temperance, but with light form. It's like, you know, when with a cup, okay, with a chalice, after it is emptied out, it's still abundant because its ability to hold, as well as reflect light in a more magnified fashion, as well as sound frequencies. So it's shining upon, like, reflection of your own light within that top chalice, and then she's also holding it down over here. So she's reflecting her light into the chalice, which is more magnified on her. It's using her resources, her cup of love, of creativity. It's not just used for one element, but can be multi-purpose within its sound and visual frequency of light. And it's almost like funneled into the outward display of others. So it's really focusing on self. To be able to harness that power. And then shine that out to the world. Yeah. That's what I'm getting out of it. It's like a vortex. I'm getting like microcosm, macrocosm influence. Okay. Then this is Ace. Oh, this is the Ace. If you really want to jump right to it, 654 on the clock. The Ace is the Magician. So interesting. I'm seeing that Spirit wants us to focus on our abilities, because it's very, very, very strong to get the Two of Swords, almost like a dueling effect. I'm seeing I have to separate these cards as a clarifier for this. So this person really needs to discover self to really balance out and see these qualities within. This is very, very good. Let's look at this. It's healing. It's finding joy, finding happiness, and self-sustaining qualities is being happy with your presence alone. Aww. Yeah. It's like a helicopter. It reminds me of these green little helicopter propellers that I've been finding. I've found like 3 or 4 at different times, and that's what I'm seeing, like a propeller, like a helicopter maneuverability in the rising. So that's in the rising, and that's already risen, the star. It's the process of becoming and being, temperance, and finding happiness in all of that. Just the same. That's what Spirit wants for us. What else is there? What else, Spirit? We have 3 of Swords, and then what popped into my lap is the 10 of Wands. Why am I getting a combination of this, Spirit? Because when I look at this and I look at the Magician, I see it taking side of this side, the dark side, and then these two at war, at conflict, internal conflict, and then there's the external conflict.
So I think Spirit just wants to show us the polarities of higher vibration and lower vibration, and an array of choices in between, as well as its impact.
Because then we have the burden here. Like entanglement.
Where each person involved feels stuck or bound by words said and exchanged. There could be spell work done and or simply reputations at stake. Either way, Spirit says none of that really matters because they only serve as third world burdens.
Okay, so the people that are watching, there's one character that causes conflict. It looks like swords, but it's 10 of Wands. I'm not sure, Spirit. What does this mean? Can you clarify 10 of Wands, please? And the 3 of Swords. Let's look at this. For a second. Watch us for a second. Okay. So in the middle, there is some internal struggle. It's attracting likewise on the external. But really the end game is Spirit is trying to give us some kind of perspective, helping us balance. The only way we're able to gain that perspective is when we maintain balance. Like no hands. How do I say this? Like, look, Ma, no hands, you know? That's what Spirit is doing right behind us. Right, we're balancing. This is a tree pose, and this is balancing within wisdom, within our right foot, totally relying on our right foot as foundation, and the balance like within our chi, our center, finding our center. And Spirit is helping hold that, like training us. It's like a personal trainer, that Spirit. And then because we're healing, we're trying to move off to calmer waters, and this is something that's due. Like Spirit bought you a plane ticket and like you're going. is a tantalizing trip. Learning many things. Once we learn about this on the external, or I'm sorry, on the internal, Spirit's going to let us free out into the external to do the same. And it all takes some planning and again blockage, like how we started, excuse me. Yeah, this road stop is meant to happen so that we can restabilize and find our center, and that way we know how to do that in the external when we're starting to plan to figure out what's the next best step ahead. And then on the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords. Who's deceit? So regardless of what we've initially mirrored, there's instigators, there's catalysts on the exterior that are help progressing, like pushing this forward because it needs to happen in order to face what's better for us in
So
the
when we
end.
look at these two cards, it's a divine protecting us, almost ripping off the area for inner practice. Once stabilized, the Two of Swords is mimicked and taken over by our hand at the Two of Wands when we plan to move forward. They teach us how to protect ourselves so that we can protect others. It's almost like a mentorship upgrade.
So regardless, there's always going to be encountering deceit. It's like the stronger that you become, the more people want to dominate that, derail that, like challenge it. Yeah, the more they want to challenge it, the more powerful, the stronger that you become, the more people will want to either dominate it or challenge it. Yep. It's the Seven of Swords.
Spirit says our energy is best used when reflecting on this as a compliment. Just like when others try to copy you and take credit for your creations, they know where they faltered and what lies they go to bed with already. Our upgrade is partial to our handling. So when we see this type of behavior, to realize others see our worth in both polarities. The instigators are those that are struggling whether we exist in this world or not. The divine is teaching us now how to not be bothered, to become more of a facilitator from both ends, not just keeping ourselves from enabling. It's a really big upgrade with the help of our ancestors, ascended masters, and angels, all warriors, all both mentors and students.
I don't know what all of these signs are. In our healing, we have to remember that when we're standing up for the truth, with the Ace of Swords, whatever wisdom we come across, especially when it comes to loss, that within the healing, we have to be mindful of our own ego. Because
Looking at it on a physical plane, our biggest wounds and injuries are the ones that take the longest to heal. Thus, when it happens on an astral plane or subconscious, it's harder to keep track of its progress of recovery. We are prone to error. Protection becomes combativeness. Resolve tends to become resistance. Our vision tends to become skewed instead of in sync with the universe. Spirit wants us to see where we can go wrong in resurrecting. For perspective, human nature has us kicking up dust before we rise from the ashes. Just trust things will get better because the universe wants to teach us what's there versus not, what we could be doing and what will be there, our tendencies, and moreover, our potential, our temperament as a tool, and the adjustments versus the fine-tuning.
we might become self-righteous who are very demanding in a juvenile way because we're still healing from many losses. So be careful of those that you come across because not everyone is out for your good. And beneath that is the Eight of Cups. So seek higher perspectives in all of this. Because it trickles down from the top. So your struggles or our struggles, Spirit is watching it, our struggles, however we deal with them, at worst, it sets a tone for everything else. So in gaining a higher perspective, it's also about knowing how to deal with our own struggles because you're impacting so many others along the way. That's the Eight of Cups. Okay, so that's very much like my previous read. And then the next one is the Emperor. It's about taking ownership.
The Emperor takes command of his throne, leading by example. This means if you allow any type of BS into your life, even by your own hand, you will face the consequences. It serves as energetic feedback from the universe.
Your driving spirit, your driving force. Do you see that? The Chariot, Leo, being able to see that. Yeah. It's realizing your worth and your capabilities, where you're going. Yeah, okay, this is very much a reiteration of my previous readings. Very much so. So I guess that's what I needed to hear again from Spirit. Alright, hope that helped you out. 22:48 on the clock now. And if you liked it, hit the like button. What else? Subscribe. Hit the notifications bell. And regardless, thank your angels, higher selves, guardians, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you all who have helped in all of this. I obviously needed another emphasis in a different visual form. So anyway, I thought that might help you as well while I figure some things out because we're going to start another week and it's important to just stabilize our point of focus. Okay, catch you again later. Bye for now.